big old mug in the morning. It's 6 a.m. and why I want to show you guys Boom Platoon is the ability for anybody, any ape, to be able to look at a stock, look at a chart and say, oh, I understand what that is. I understand when to buy and when to sell. This is the tool for any beginner investor or experienced investor alike, and that plugs directly into tradingview.com. I'm sure a lot of you have already started to use this tool. It's a great one to be able to have technical analyses entirely free. And on top of that, you can add cheat code algo. So this is the point of the video of being able to understand, hey, can this scrappy tool, right, this underdog tool, show when the rips and the dips were going to happen back in January's gamma squeeze and March's gamma squeeze for both GME and AMC. So that is the current hypothesis. Is this tool good enough to be able to detect the swings of a very manipulated and complex stock pair like GME and AMC? If it impresses you at any point, I think you owe it to this video to drop a quick like on it, because we would like to see 1,200 likes on this video, and we are looking to have you join the Moon Platoon for 100,000 subscribers. So either way, I think you can support the show for entirely free and just a second of your time, and I'll wait while you do. All right, let's jump right into it. So we have GameStop's gamma squeeze over here in January. This is in TradingView, what you would normally see. And when we set up when we set up the cheat code algo here, it's an extension, kind of like when you have a Chrome browser, you can also have a Chrome extension. This plugs in directly onto whatever your resistance lines you've already drawn, or any other indicators that you already have on TradingView. And then when you start playing around with it, remember, use the code in the description to be able to get your own version of cheat code, and you will be able to start zooming around and read up on the colorful reds and greens. First thing you'll notice is that you have the price action here with two clouds above and below. Now these two clouds are very akin to Bollinger clouds or Bollinger bands that allows you to see whether or not something has been overbought or oversold. In this case, the calculation is slightly different. However, the secret sauce is that it makes it easier to read. For now, anytime the price enters this cloud here in the yellow or the red is a strong to medium strong or very strong indication that the stock is overbought. If it is in the upper bands here or in the lower bands, it would be an indicator of being oversold, right? Noah Murphy. This is a very relevant super right here. Let's make sure that we cover. This is this is basically the ethos of this video right here. Noah says, thank you for teaching a dude with learning disability more in the last 4 weeks than I have tried to learn on my own in the last 5 years. And hopefully we can continue learning with some special tools such as this one. Noah, I really do appreciate that. So let us keep on learning for Noah. And for you, if you are like Noah, let us see if there's another indicator. So that's 1 out of the 4 that we are looking for. The second one is pretty easy. It's whenever you see a little S or a little B, and that's a sell or a buy indicator from CheatCode Express, directly from their algorithm to you. So we see that there are sometimes fickle. We're on the hourly chart right now, so there aren't that many sell or buy orders spaced out. However, you definitely see one here and here, right? One moving up to the peak of the squeeze here, and then one at the very tip of the squeeze itself. So that's 2 out of 2 indicators that you notice right at the very top, when around 460, around $500 when GME was hitting the very top of that squeeze. The 2 questions that we have here is, if we were following this tool very closely, would we have, 1, been kicked out of our position too early, right, and gotten less advantageous high than the highest high? And would we have, if we were kicked out of our position, would we then buy in? And that's the most important piece. Let's say that you were using this tool to scalp GME, which you shouldn't scalp GME. You should be thinking about the squeeze as an investment in the future of all financial systems. But let's say that if you were trying to scalp any other stock, right, buying and selling it, you need both buying and selling indicators. And this is a great example with GME. So Deza, thank you for covering Coinbase today. Let's have a great day. Now I cannot wait to see where Coinbase goes. Okay, so the GameStop 2 out of 2 indicators so far. Let's go down and look for a third one. We have right here below the price action, the CC squeeze indicator. This is going to give you a bit of the same information as the MACD, right? Other indicators that show you when bearish momentum turns into bullish momentum, right? You have that in different other moving average calculations as well. Once again, this is some secret special sauce from the cheat code algorithm developers here. And this is a different calculation, but shows you an even cleaner picture, right? When there is a red dot on the top from too much bullish momentum, you can see that there is a pivot coming soon. So that is 1 out of 3 indicators right here. We have the red indicator actually coming in on the, here it is, the lower price level of the squeeze, right? Around $380 instead of $480. So you would have been $100 short when you receive this sell signal, when you receive this Bollinger Band signal here for being overbought, and the CC squeeze. So far you would have 3 out of 4, a little too early, $100 too early in fact, but would you have 4 out of 4? If you guys have gone into the live stream where we go bell to bell, we do talk about getting 4 out of 4, which means that there's one more indicator, the CC swing indicator. This one is a lot more like the RSI, the relative strength index, right? When we see upswings and downswings of the stock moving in bullish or bearish patterns here. And so that the first indicator gives you a sense of when this a potential squeeze could happen, but CC swing is a little bit more simple. It just gives you an understanding of when we see the momentum of the stock swing upwards to bullishness versus having a bearish breakdown here. So this bearish breakdown was predicted with this red dot, and now we have a 4 for 4 a day before the peak of the squeeze. So you have been kicked out of your position, and then with this buy signal is too weak, and you would have only had 1 out of 4. Yeah, you would only have 1 out of 4. You wouldn't have gone back in your position, and at the very least, you would have sold at 380 instead of buying in like myself at around 250. So if I had the cheat code algorithm and I was able to use this, that would have been a lot better for me back in January. Let's see if we can do this for March as well. Real quick before we move on to AMC. So we have March's squeeze right here. This is the around March 10th where it squeezed, went all the way up to 360 and then dropped all the way down 170 roughly. Right, I'm just using ballparks here. Would it have been able to bring you up here? When was the last time it told you to buy? So let's see a buy indicator here. This is a buy that's not inside the 2 clouds. So that's 1 out of a miss in these 2 clouds, a miss here in squeeze, and then a indicator here in the swings. That's 2 out of 4. So you likely would not have bought here. That's a weak buy indicator. However, the last strong buy indicator was all the way back in February, where the stock has been trading sideways for a really long time, and we were receiving some squeeze indicators every so often, right? It's basically like maybe this one is firing off. It's an ensemble model. If you guys use machine learning as an analogy, it gives you this squeeze indicator firing off, it gives you this buy indicator firing off, but not until we see 4 for 4, the swing indicator as well. You would have bought in right around $40 and then caught this wave all the way up here where it would have been a 4 for 4 immaculate beautiful $340 profit from $40. So that's 340 minus 40. That's a nice $300 profit on each share of GME if you were riding this wave all the way up. And you could do this with any other stock, right? Any stock in your portfolio. So this is just a quick question of whether or not this can catch the squeezes. Let's see if we can do it for AMC real briefly, because we know we only have a few minutes before market opens. Let's see if we can do the March Well, AMC wasn't moving much in March, so let's actually go and look at the January squeeze as well to see if we would have been in a better position in January. We also know that, as a reminder, if you wanted to be able to ask about your favorite stocks and have me use cheat code algo, then jump on the show. We do go live on a daily basis. Let us take a look here. This is the last 3 out of 4 buy indicator that would have brought you into AMC. Of course, if you were holding AMC for even longer, the last 4 for 4, it was roughly around here. If you are trying to wonder if the cheat code algo would have dumped you out in the most profitable position, right here with this flash spike up to $25, there was no sell indicator. The bands are all wonky, and there was no squeeze indicator. There was no swing indicator. This flash rip, the cheat code algo could not predict, and you probably wouldn't have been fast enough to see that and then immediately go, whether it's an after hours or pre-market, and sell your AMC. If you, and I know most of you don't even understand what that sentence means, the only 4 for 4 that we can see here is this sell indicator all the way at $21 with a squeeze indicator, a Bollinger Band, and a swing indicator. This would have been a 4 for 4 at the peak of the squeeze, $4 lower than this flash rip right here. So AMC faring a little bit better, but still not the very top of the squeeze. But at the very least, you wouldn't have been left holding the bag if you had cheat code algo. So I hope that was a tool that you consider for your repertoire. Definitely is not necessary because, once again, TradingView is free, Weibo is free. There are a lot of free tools, but if you were planning on return on investment, this might be a great tool to make sure you don't lose out on a lot of money. Because it turns out in the beginning, investors don't know exactly where to go into a stock and how to exit. So if you guys wanted to follow along with the Gorillionaire and Meatball Space Legend tiers, as well as all of these Moon Platoon members, I would recommend clicking down below in the description for the Patreon button and for the join button next to the subscribe button. I thank you guys, and we'll see you all in the money.